Today I wanted to make a little cooking recipe or a little cooking video of a dish that I really loved when I was a kid. I grew up in Germany and maybe I was a picky eater, but when my mom really needed me to eat, she would make some what we call Kartoffeln und Speck, which is potatoes and bacon. To start off, I'm going to need a nice fatty piece of pork. In my case I had a pork loin that I was making pork chops out of, and so I took the fat off of the fatty side, obviously, to the back side. Putting some salt and pepper on it, and then cut it up into small cubes, about half an inch, quarter inch thick. It's not an exact science, so if you don't get them perfectly right, it doesn't matter at all. Just cut it up into little pieces, and then we're going to throw it in the pan to fry it up. As you can see, I have a lot of experience doing this, evidenced by my quick handy work with a knife, going 100 miles an hour. Once it's all cut up, we are ready to throw it in the pan. The pan is hot, relatively high heat to start off with. There's no oil in the pan, just goes straight in there. The pork fat will be enough that we need, and so just spread it apart with your spatula. Now comes the fun part. I obviously sped this up, but I think it takes about 15 minutes or so for all of this to cook. While it cooks, we're going to stir it up a little bit, shake it up, make sure that all the sides get equally cooked. And we're going to pretty much cook it to a nice medium brown crisp. Once it's all cooking, we're going to reduce the heat to about a medium heat. We don't want to burn this, but we want to have consistent, relatively high heat, but on this stove medium heat works pretty well. As you see, all the fat is rendering out, but there's more to be had. Before we threw the pork in the pan, I actually had cut up some potatoes into cubes that are boiled. You want to boil these, in case you're interested, on a medium heat. You don't want to have it too aggressive of a boil. And then once they start to get softer, you're going to remove them off the heat, dump the water, and let it dry for a little bit. And then later on, we're going to throw them into the mix here with the pork. Things are getting crispy, and it's starting to look good. By the way, this is also a really convenient method if you just want to render some fat. Maybe you want to use it in some other cooking, or maybe you want to put it on some bread, make some schmaltz. This is a really nice convenient way in order to render this fat. However, for this dish, I just dump my potatoes in there, let them absorb all of this. It just kind of helps with the taste. It's extremely delicious. It's smothered and covered, just like you would find at an amazing Waffle House, which is the best restaurant in the world. If you don't believe me, go for a 5-course dinner over there. You know, dinner at 2 p.m. and you know where it's going. So everything's pretty much cooked. Potatoes are just getting a little fried up. I'm going to add some onions just because I want to add a little bit of additional flavor here. Put some onions. I don't think it needs any more salt, maybe some pepper. Remove it off the heat, kind of to have things calm down, and I did dump some of the grease actually. Here's my onions, and you just cook that lightly just to have them caramelize, and then you are good to go. Delicious.